Bikes are beautiful. There's an immense range of bikes out there. You can ride around the world on a bike that you found at the dump, or you can buy a super expensive light road bike. What you're going to want to do is find the bike that fits you. The right size bike might just save your life and will definitely save your back. A secondhand bike is an excellent choice for a modest budget, but whatever you end up buying, be sure that it's comfortable for you. There's lots of things that you can do. I'd recommend taking whatever bike you have to a local bike shop and asking them for a safety check. They might charge you for this, or if you're really nice, they might also just give it to you for free if you come in on a really quiet day. The bicycle itself is highly customizable, so you're not limited to what you've already bought. Definitely go and talk to somebody and get them to see the proportions of you on the bike. They're going to be able to figure out if the handlebars are too far forward or the seat is too far back. This is going to be bad because it's going to inflame your lower back. Also, if the frame is too small, you're going to end up pedaling all day and inflaming your ACL. You do not want to do that, trust me, it's horrible. I'm not a bicycle expert, but I can talk to you about a few things that will be serving you well. Firstly, get a steel frame because that metal is used by people and welders all over the world, so you won't have a problem repairing it wherever you are. Keep it simple. It's a beautiful, simple machine, so don't get too complicated. But also don't go too simple. If you have a fixie or a single speed, you will have a hard time getting up the big hills. You also want to ask what kind of trip you're going on. Is this going to be at fast paced? Or are you going to be taking things real easy and slow? Are you going to be riding on a track, going downhill over MTB jumps, or are you going to be going on a smooth Ventura highway? Will you be going for a few months or even a few weeks, or is this going to be a 5-year mammoth life-changing experience? These few variables will help you understand what type of touring bike you're going to want to get. As Tom Allen says, if you want to cycle around the world, get back to first principles. Quit your job, find a bicycle, and start pedaling. The rest will fall into place as you begin to iterate on your ride. As you go through the environment, you're going to really figure out what you need in terms of items and consumables and how each day is going to look. On my first bike trip, I met a few people who had arrived in New Zealand from the UK, and I was shocked to find out that they had actually put their bikes on the plane all the way to New Zealand for free. It's relatively easy to do this. All you need to do is put your bike inside of a box. So the best airlines you want to use for taking your bike onto a plane is Qatar and China Southern, as they both have a 30 kg baggage allowance. Then it's just a case of being within the baggage limit. My bicycle weighs 16 kgs, so that left plenty of room for clothes and gear. I did this for the first time when I flew to the UK after the grueling 36-hour flight. I landed in Gatwick Airport and didn't really know how to put the bike back together again. I eventually got on the train with this ramshackle of a screwed together bicycle and all was well, and I was setting up the road to Edinburgh. But what I would say is be prepared. Know exactly all of the things that you will likely encounter before you go and have a few attempts at how to fix them. Now, I want to talk about tools. About a quarter of the weight that you will pull on your bike will be equipment, some of which you will never actually use. However, you need to bring it and you need to know how to use it before you go. There are heaps of tutorials on YouTube on the specifics, and I definitely check out GCN for some good stuff. Good things to know are how to fix your chain and how to break your chain using a chain breaking tool. How to swap out your brake pads. A tricky job which requires a very small screwdriver. How to true your wheel using a spoke key. You want to remove your wheel, spin it around, and find those protruding spokes which are making the circle a bit more of an egg. Tighten those spokes that are adjacent to that egg protrusion. What your tires feel like when they're full. Be sure to check what PSI your tires should be at and pump it up to that. Know how much your bike can carry and roughly understand how heavy all of your gear is combined with how much your own weight is. You don't want to split your frame when you go over your first pothole. Also, don't ride over potholes because they can give you punctures. Change your gears one at a time and never have the cassettes on polar sides. Try to keep the chain right down the middle alongside the frame. And specifically when you're going hard up a hill. Don't have that extremities. So a good short to medium bike packing trip will go better with these tools. Gloves, a small handkerchief, canister for punctures, a multi-tool, a puncture repair kit, duct tape, chain braking tool, chain tool, a little wire brush for cleaning your bike, bike oil. So to summarize, when choosing your bike, you want to keep in mind comfort, budget, the extras like better gears or more gears, mounting holes for your racks if you use them. And remember, for some people who have traveled for many, many months on bikes, they did find these bikes at the scrapyard, so don't overthink it.